So, the Glamoury episode, basically, that was supposed to be part of something else, but Audacity decided it wanted to be its own video. So, here we go, I suppose. For those that don't know, I guess I could give you a definition of what Glamoury is. Let me have a look real quick for a minute. Yo, here's one. You might hear some, mouse clicking as I'm going to and fro. Here's a, short definition, but it's, simple enough, I suppose. It says, Glamour witchcraft, or Glamoury, is a type of spell that tends to aim to change how others see you. It is a subtle form of magic that can help you feel more confident and to get what you wish for. I'm just adding to this definition. Some people can use Glamoury to look how they want as well. Glamoury and subliminals can sometimes go hand in hand. And to be honest with you, I'm a little skeptic of subliminals. To be honest, I'm I'm open to it, but I'm very skeptical of them. So yeah, but similar sort of things going on with them. Different in a sense, because Glamoury is you expressing yourself how you want to be, whereas subliminals is, as far as I know, the speedrun result of that thing that you want. Glamoury, for example, if you want red eyes. Glamoury, you would wear red contact lenses, or you would use some sort of photo filter or something to express the red eyes for whatever reason that you want red eyes for. Whereas a subliminal, mantras and stuff that convinces you, I don't want to say tricks you, that's not the right word, but you know what I mean. It convinces you that you have red eyes or whatever. So they're sort of similar, but sort of different in a sense. But I've seen comments elsewhere that are oh, if you're a genuine, I don't know, insert thing here, witch or vampire or whatever, you wouldn't go around wearing all these robes and contact lenses and fake fangs and, dressing like you was part of insert popular witchy or vampire movie here. And honestly, bad take, yes we would. I mean, me, for example, I consider myself vampiric, and I consider myself a vampire in whichever way, shape or form that you would consider it. And I go around wearing fake fangs and sometimes flowy shirts and long coats and all that sort of thing. Self-expression, it's affirming, it's an extra boost of confidence for when you need it. Don't let anyone steal your thunder, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If you are an actual vampire or whatever, wear your fangs, hone your claws, sharpen your talons, wear those horns, put that jewellery on that makes you feel confident. Who cares? Some people do go around wearing all these cool things, and it's not because we're faking it or we don't think we're genuine, because we do. And sometimes we just want to dress the part. It's called self-expression, it's called Glamoury, and more recently I have done a video on this as a book review, personal myth. Sometimes you just want to express yourself and live your life how you want to, and technically it counts as Glamoury. Because some people could be I don't know, they could enchant, for example, their nail polish, and they could put their nail polish on and they could say affirmations and mantras and stuff to themselves I am pretty, I am loved, I am respected, I attract what I desire and stuff like that. Or vampires could do it with their fake fangs. They could be I am vampiric, my kindred notice me, I am of night kind, I am nocturnal, my fangs are sharp enough, all that sort of thing. If anybody would like monstrous affirmations, separate video idea, hint hint, drop me a comment. Because it has been showing up on my YouTube research. That's really hard to find now, by the way. What has YouTube Studio done with that? A slight tangent, but honestly, because there used to be things on there oh yeah, you could do ASMRs, or you could do a vampire plays vampire games, or you could do, an example was what I just did, affirmations, monstrous affirmations, and things like that. So if you would like that sort of thing, do let me know. My comments are moderated, but, I know this sounds really stupid of a vampire to say, but I don't bite. Suggestions are welcome. I might not do all of them, but suggestions are welcome. Okay, back to your regularly scheduled Vampires vs Glamour video. As for that definition, there's a little bit underneath it that kind of made me chuckle a little bit. How could you use glamour, for example? You could make a good impression at a job interview. You could ask somebody out. You could feel more confident. You could attract clients to you. You can invest in your health, wellness, and balance. You could be crafty, cunning, and unafraid of what you want. You can learn from historical figures who decided to use glamour to achieve greatness. Or you can amplify your passion with cosmic waves. I don't know why that bit was just funny to me. have a good imagination, so like the vision that the cosmic wave bit gave me was kind of funny. It's just like you know, like the SpongeBob, like the imagination. Imagine that, but like it's a galaxy, and I like cosmic waves. That's the vision I had in my head just now. Or it's just, you know, my mind goes wild sometimes. Yeah, vampires can use glamour magic in very interesting ways. Some examples. I'll try to think of some examples real quick. An anecdotal example for you. When I was younger, I used to have these canine teeth, and I used to jokingly call them my fangs because they were relatively pointy. Because I had like bad teeth back then, and I had to get like braces and stuff fitted, and I don't think those braces specifically for canines only, because I know they're a thing now. But I don't think those were kind of a thing when I was getting my like orthodontist work done. Therefore, and also because I had like dog teeth and stuff, like snaggle teeth or whatever you want to call them, like teeth growing above other teeth, was a problem for me when I was younger. So I had to have those canines taken out, and therefore I was left with, you know, my adult set of canines, which were not as cool. And then they ended up falling out when I was sort of like a teenager-ish. And this is very interesting and kind of funny, actually, because this doesn't relate to my vampirism, but you know how some people have like extra teeth? Like they'll just have a random third set of some teeth for some reason? I had that with my canines. So I jokingly turn around and say, there's my baby fangs, my adult fangs, and my sang fangs. The third set is like really short and stubby, and I won't lie, I hate them. And I do miss my old sharp pointies, I must admit. The Glamoury comes into this. I got myself a cheap little pair of like scarecrow fangs I use thermoplastic with, because for some reason the putty hates me. I can never seem to use the putty correctly. But I got some thermoplastic with them, and I put them in, and I saw myself in the mirror, and this like really nice, happy, confident feeling like rushed over me. I was like, I have my fangs back. And I was like so happy and stuff. And basically whenever I'm sort of feeling that feeling again, or whenever I need like a little confidence boost, or I'm feeling under the weather or whatever, when I put my fake fangs in, I just feel so much better. So some more generic examples would be a vampire could enchant one of their necklaces, like an ankh necklace or a bat necklace or a necklace that they wear a lot, to absorb the ambient energies of, say, a bar or a party or like a concert or like consensual group of people that have excess energy anyway, and that excess energy will be, you're not taking from them, you're taking from the area, because they have already expunged that energy. It's out in the world now, it's mixed in the air, it's in the walls. But yeah, it's mixed in the air. You can enchant a necklace so that you can take that ambient energy, and that energy can go into that necklace, and then you can take that energy for when you need it later on or something. Or it doesn't have to be a necklace you can do that with, you can do it with a crystal as well. There's a very similar thing in Become the Maelstrom, and it's called the Demon's Eye, which is basically like for divination purposes, but it's a very similar way of enchanting an object to program it to do what you want it to. Or it could be something as silly as enchanting your sunscreen. For example, if you're like me and you're pasty as heck and you don't bode well with the heat, I don't get sunburn unless I use like out-of-date sunscreen by accident. Thanks, Nan. Do not bode well with the heat, I've noticed. But for example, you can enchant your sunscreen so that A, the heat doesn't bother you as much, or you don't sunburn as quickly. You know, you can enchant your sunscreen so that the tyranny of the sun is not so much of a problem. I'm sorry if I'm like all over the place with, you know, my analogies and things. Having a weird night tonight. The moon's having an influence on me, I think. Vampire zoom is, as I like to call them. You know, I'm trying to do a video here, like, could you leave it for about, like, what, 5 more minutes? Or, another example, thank you, Luna, you can enchant, I don't know, something that you wear often, like a set of comfort clothing, or a certain pair of shoes, or a ring that you always wear, or a necklace, like the first example, just like something that you're prone to wearing. If you're experiencing symptoms of toothing, the hunger, or whatever you want to call it, you can enchant something that you wear commonly to help you with that. If, you know, it happens, I mean, it happens to me as well, where I haven't eaten and the instincts are like out in a bit more force than they usually are maybe one day, and you're walking along and you see someone's like caught their arm on a shard of glass or something where they've been in an argument and their hand's bleeding, and then your body just goes absolutely mental and haywire because you haven't eaten. I mean, that happens, unfortunately, but yeah. Like, for moments such as those, and you don't have access to some kind of thing that, like, calms those cravings down, like, in my case, 9 times out of 10, I'll go to, like, a cafe and order myself a hot chocolate if I'm feeling like that, on days like that. You can enchant something like a necklace, or a ring, or a fidget ring, or something like that, so there's an actual, like, motion so that you can calm yourself down, so you're not like just sitting there hyperventilating. Your inner self is hungry in a sense. So like have a fidget ring to spin or something. You know, that's another example. That got a bit real, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, that happens. Side note, I don't know how many of you have played Reckoning of New York specifically, and I'm going to butcher his name because it's got weird accents in it, but especially I think it's pronounced Podrake's route, with the inner voices, where he has to spin the fidget ring to shut up his inner voices. But hunger or twoofing is a very similar experience to that. It's like willpower, and you have to keep your mind busy so that you don't do something stupid. So yeah, you know, not to like muddy the waters between like roleplay and actuality any more than they are, but it does feel like that sometimes. Sometimes, you know, whatever. Let's roll with it. Yeah, like, vampires, just keep yourself well fed if you can. So, but I think this video has gone on for pretty much as long as it needs to. And to keep your attention, hey, it rhymes, so I don't keep rambling like I currently am, I am going to leave this video here. I will see you in a future video where hopefully I'm less Luna influenced and less unhinged. Bye!